Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great long weekend, safe weekend, great Thanksgiving. Let's make it a great week, folks. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Don't make assumptions. Learn to ask questions. It is always better to ask questions than to make an assumption. Have the courage to ask questions until you're as clear as you can be. Once you hear the answer to the question, you won't have to make the assumption because, why? You'll know the truth. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials down 42, NASDAQ up 9, S&P's down 2, gold contract down $2.60, trading at $1,748 an ounce. Silver off 11 cents at $34.10 an ounce. Platinum down $6.70 at $1,613 an ounce. Copper flat at $3.53 a pound. Light sweet crude down 51 cents, trading out at $87.77 a barrel. Bonds up 16 ticks at 150.17. The dollar is down 21 ticks, trading at 80.21. Euro is at 129.68, and the yen is trading out at 82.06. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do we have? Okay, so from the highs, folks, in September, we come down 125 S&P points. We go from a price point of 1474 straight down to 1343. We come down, accelerated volume, all of the above. We're bouncing, dramatically lighter volume. Today we did 502 million shares. Now, the 502 million shares, folks, is going against 879 million and 944 million. I suspect, however, this is a B to a C of a very large ABC structure on the way down. So what you have here is that this baby is going to crawl all the way up to, I suspect, around 1433. And it's crawling. That's what it's doing. But you know what? Guess what? It wants to do it. See, what you had out here today is this. And this is where this gets really wild. We actually had a lower price because we pulled back. The S&P actually pulled back to 1397 and rejected that lower price. And it had lighter volume, believe it or not, than Friday. Because if you take the 3.5 million shares on Friday, you multiply it by, divide it first and multiply it by 6.5. The bottom line is that you went into that bar from Friday, had lighter volume. So that's on the short-term picture. The longer-term picture is that you're going up and it's doing a counter-trend bounce. It's a B to a C of a very large ABC structure on the way down. That's your S&P. We take a look at the Dow Industrials, the exact same setup in the Dow Industrials. And what you have to remember, this is the end of the month, beginning of the month, all those dynamics are taking place. So, Dow Industrials, what does the Dow do? Dow goes from 13,653, goes down 1,200 points, 1,100 points, 13,471. Does the same deal. Dow right now is at 12,967. And, the Dow can get up into 13,300 in a heartbeat. I mean, that's a big extension, no two ways about it. NASDAQ. Now, composite. Okay, composite's still all about Apple, but check out the composite. Now, this is where the composite is screaming that there's an ABC structure on the way down. Now, watch how this goes. This is wild. The composite is at 29.76. Now, the composite had come down from 31.95 straight down to 28.10. Monster volume on the way down. We go back topside. Now, the composite today turned around, dramatically lighter volume. We did 1.5 billion, and we're going against 2 billion and 2.2 billion. Now, you can see, and the composite did not move back. Okay, so your correlation there is that, yeah, you're going to higher highs. You have no juice behind the move. Very large B to C of a huge ABC structure on the way down. I suspect the composite, right now we're at 29.76. This can go up to 3,000 in a hot beat. It can actually get into 3,047. That's the way this whole thing is set up. Let's go over to the bonds. We take a look at the bond market. Okay, so the 30-year bonds. What the 30-year bonds have done today, and this is where it's going to get really wild, because so the 30-year bond was up 16 ticks. We did 374,000 contracts. Now, what the bonds have done, They got to a price point of 150-105. They couldn't hold that price, but you know what? You had an expansion of volume getting up there. So I do expect you're going to be at higher highs, number one, with the bonds. But first, what you're going to see, the bonds are going to back off and try to go test the lows of Friday once again. That's the shorter-term picture. Longer-term picture, bonds want to break over this 154, want to get to 161. Now, King Dollar. So your correlations, as we putting these together, what does King Dollar do today? King Dollar flat to lower market. King Dollar on Friday came back price-wise, but not enough volume. On Friday, what we did 20,000 contracts. You're going into 34,000 contracts and 28,000. Today, what we did 13,000 contracts versus the 20,000, meaning we have a 6.5 hours of trading today. So the dollar does want to go a little lower, which is going to give the market still some breathing room. We're at the 80.821, 80.09 is game inside the dollar. Gold market, we go take a look at gold. Now, what gold did is this. This is going to be really cool with gold, okay, because this is what we did. On Friday, folks, gold not only had the price, but it had the volume behind the move. So what that does, it does two different things now. You got to remember, gold came off those highs of 1797, October 4th. Straight down as the market came straight down to 1674. With volume, by the way. Then what you had a sign of strength come in the market on November 7th. November 7th, we got into the 1733 area. Well, Friday, you also had a sign of strength. Now, what that does with gold is that puts gold in a consolidation versus, and this is a big number here, versus an ABC structure on the way down. Why? Because we've had two separate signs of strength right now, and what happens is on an ABC down is that you can't have an extension of volume when you're doing the B to C leg. Now, that's the actual contract. Here's some divergence, however. If we go over to the XAU, the HUI, what you do have inside that structure is that those are still in an ABC structure on the way down. So there's big divergence out here inside the actual gold contract versus the equity. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Let's go to Brian in Massachusetts. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, hope you had a great holiday.
I did, and I hope you also did. There's nothing like Thanksgiving. That's a beautiful holiday, man.
Put on Yahoo today, please.
Let's take a look. We get Yahoo. That's, of course, the global internet media company. The low's 14, the high's 19. That's a 52-week high, by the way, folks. The PE is at 13. Okay, so now do you own this or you're looking to buy it?
I actually bought it today at 1870.
Okay. Well, man, you get quite an extension to buy it. I mean, the stock has gone nonstop from 14 to 1875, so.
But it seems like the volume's picked up on the way up.
It has. No, it has. There's no doubt. You know, my point is, I guess, that it's up 33%, though. You should be waiting for a pullback.
Okay.
You know, I'd be careful, man. What I would do, I would put, you know, you got to get a little bit higher price. I'd put a stop in and not give it anything. Because, see, the buy on this is 1717 or 1682, man.
All right.
You know, I mean, it's had an incredible run, you know, so it's just going to be one of those deals that, you know, oh, I see. 1 second here. Hold it. Yeah, get that thing in, because I see, you know, you're probably going to get $19.12 first. So what it's doing, folks, is this. April 16th of 2010, high out there was $19.12. And when you get this close to it, by the way, folks, it likes to go tag it. That's what it comes down to. But it's going to need a huge amount of volume, you know. So tighten it up, that stop, baby.
I just have a general market question.
Yeah.
A year ago today, I think it was the 28th of November 2011, the market was up like 300 points that day. You had a huge day.
Okay.
So when you look at all the 52 lows on all these stocks, like Apple and all of them, they all had the 52-week low was that day. So from a market perspective, when you look at, you know, their lows, is that going to mean there's a greater flow now in the market because the low might be now, you know, down the road versus a year ago?
You stay right with us. I gotta wrap that question around my head for a second, all right? You stay right there. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. We ended out, finish down 42. NASDAQ was up 9. S&Ps are off 2.5. You stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.